All right, everybody, it's the Two Dudes podcast. Along with Kevin Manning, I'm Richard Kearney. We got another good one here for you. What's good, Kev?
What's going on?
Man, crazy week, crazy weekend. You know, when we recorded last Tuesday, we said by the time it aired, we might have a new president. Obviously, that didn't happen until the very end of the week. And a
Put it
lot of
into the
people
week. It
are
was a
shooting
damn
today
weekend.
if we got a new president. So, I don't believe that Trump is going to get his way. Let's face it, he's on the way out. We got Biden and Kamala in there. So, to me, it's looking good. What you feel about
it? Trump's gonna try something before it's over. It's just too easy. Between now and this last day, I expect something. If not, I'm surprised. There was a record number of voting, which I'll give the world props on that. On both ends of the spectrum, the numbers of people that voted was massive. Got to be proud and happy about that.
Yes, sir.
The flip to it was a record number of people that voted, and Trump got more votes than he got last time. So, I keep hearing rumbles that he gonna try to run again in 2024. And I need to look that up. I don't believe that he can, or he might be able to. I don't know how that goes.
Yeah, you can have two terms. It doesn't matter if they're sequential or not.
Okay.
The thing is, in order for him to run, he's got to win the Republican National Convention ticket. They may not want him back.
If they don't have a female candidate, I could easily see him getting it. That's why I always talk about him going to jail. He's going to have to go to jail. Something's going to have to happen that kill his political power, because right now he's still got too much power. But as far as
go to jail, he's got too much money. This stuff right here, that keeps everybody out of jail.
Nah, it didn't keep Martha out. It didn't put some in. He ain't gonna go to jail.
Now remember,
he'll go to vacation jail.
Remember, Martha went to a country club.
That's what I'm saying. That's where he gonna go. He's gonna be considered a white collar crime. So that's where he's gonna go. And he'll be living the life. But Biden and Harris winning was big. But it's one of the things to where I don't think our people digested it like they should. Because like for me, having daughters, that's huge. My daughters both had soccer games Saturday. We get home because after the end of my youngest game, so basically I said about 10 o'clock in the morning, they had called and that basically said that Biden had won. I said about 10 something. So when we got to the house, I was like, girl, y'all know what happened today? Because I'm thinking they mom done talked to them, that had this moment with them. Because this is a moment to where black females especially, because they're not doubted to be able to do anything other than work. They're not doubted to be executives and, be higher ups and stuff like that. So if anything, they should have been screaming from the roofs of buildings, tears and stuff, and just admiration, just it should have been a lot of emotion. I think so. My daughter was like, they didn't know what was going on.
A lot of it is the fact that it's still up in the air.
It was pretty much a done deal then. It's a done deal now.
I feel it is too.
It's just, Trump just, pandering, but there's nothing he really can do because he's been quiet. But it's just like, to wrap it up to where, so I'm asking my daughters, they don't know what's going on. Then when I tell them, they both kind of had like deer in the head, like look in the eye, like, wow, I tell them, I said, today is y'all day. Celebrate. Because you seen another thing being a black woman you can't do. Now, granted, I feel like it sucked coming from me and not coming from their mom or whatever, because that should have been a moment they had together. But I don't think a lot of us took in the moment like we should. That's why I put that post on IG and Facebook. Like, this is a moment for females, black and minority across the board, to where the bar just got heightened that much more as far as what you can be, what you can do. Because before that, it was only understood that a white woman probably could do it versus a black woman or a minority. So it's just like that playing field on that just got level. Well, not completely level, but it definitely got to where it's a 55, 40. It's a damn near even split basically.
Yeah, and I appreciate the fact that it's a black woman that did it, but I'd be all for any woman doing it because I'm of the mindset that it shouldn't matter whether it be a man or a woman, but you still got too many of these guys in the old boys club that don't want a woman to do anything. And hell, I'm not ashamed to say sometimes a woman is more qualified than a man for a lot of this stuff.
Yeah, depending on the situation, I agree with you on that. So, we kind of on the same boat on that. There are some things they definitely are more eloquent and can do better than us. I agree 100% wholeheartedly.
So check it out. Again, it's the Two Dudes Podcast. I'm Rick. That's Kevin. I want to remind everybody that's watching us on YouTube, hit that like, share, subscribe button, all that. Keep that algorithm up for us so we can grow. And if you want, be sure and drop us a line. You can email us at the Two Dudes Podcast at yahoo.com. We got some goodies for you. I want to start off with sports. You gave me an interesting article a couple days back. I hope I'm pronouncing his name right. I don't want to butcher it. Shedeur Sanders, Deion Sanders' son, he's committing to Jackson State, which we already know Deion is going to be the head coach of Jackson State. Now, at first, when I first saw that article, I thought, okay, this is nepotism at its finest. Then I learned after reading it, he's already played for his dad. I guess Deion was the offensive coordinator at the same high school, Trinity High School in Texas. So the only negative that I saw in the article, Shedeur had already committed to Florida Atlantic, but he decided to switch it on up at the last minute, and he's going to go ahead and play for Jackson State. So like I was saying, at first I thought, wow, he's just doing this because his dad's there, so he can get some playing time. I did not realize he's ranked number 35th in QBs in Texas. So he's pretty damn good.
Yeah, basically the way it goes, I think like the ESPN poll, he's like I think top 20, top 15 in QBs. He's ranked 60 overall, I think, college seniors, far as across the board. And as far as Florida Atlantic, I'm sorry. Any college that recruits somebody as a junior, you're dumb as hell. Because it's not guaranteed they're going to keep that commit between now and then. So that Florida Atlantic was just gum talking. But yeah, he's been up under his dad the past about to be 3 years. They've won a state title sophomore, junior year. Probably gonna do another one senior year. I don't like it. I personally don't like it. Because to me, the older brother went to South Carolina. He playing corner there, getting time in. I give him props. He didn't go to Florida State like he could have. He went to South Carolina. He didn't even play for his dad in high school. He played somewhere else. I'm pretty sure South Carolina probably called him because of his dad's name. But he went somewhere else to make himself legit. To me, Shedeur is a baby Deion Sanders. If you ever look at pictures of him and Deion look like a spitting image of each other. It's like, damn, it's like younger Deion. So my thing is, get off your daddy's nipple and go earn it your damn self. Go somewhere else and play. Like, quit being spoon-fed like some little bitch and go get it yourself. High school, I get it. You can't do nothing about it. Your dad started the school, you go play for that school. I get that. Nothing you can do about that. But college-wise, let them testicles fall and go be a man somewhere else. Get off your dad's fucking coattails. He still gonna take care of you. Your older brother's a damn bum. He didn't make it. He went to SMU and didn't make it. Mainly because he was too damn short to be playing receiver. He had a legit career for a minute at SMU. I think he might have played 3 or 4 years he was there. But when it was all said and done, you ain't Wes Welker, so get off the damn field. He got off the field. Now he's selling. He got like a little clothing line that his dad reps with no problem, just that and the third, and he making money just that and the third. So you go be taken care of. Go do your own thing. I get Deion want a quarterback that he know he can rely on this, that, and the third, and he know his son's gonna be that QB, and he can tell his son what do all that other good shit. Hey, that's great, happy for you, but at the same time, your son's not growing.
Well, let me ask you this before I close this subject out. All right. What happens if it goes south?
Basically, ask Doug Williams' son how it benefited him playing Grambling for his dad. Did he go to the league? Did we hear from him again? Did the motherfucker go to the CFL? Hell, is he playing in the Y Rec League flag football? He's doing none of that. Ask Tubby Smith's son how it worked for him playing in Kentucky. Did he go to the NBA? Did he go to the D League? Did he go to the, CBA? Did he go overseas?
I didn't even know Tubby Smith had a son, so that's
he played for Kentucky. He was a starting point guard. He got forced on us.
So,
bastard. Kentucky probably could have won more championships. But, that's here nor there. So, my whole thing is just to wrap up how I feel. Shedeur, you look like you got a good arm. I saw you work out with AB. He gave you tips. You got the prototypical quarterback body. Go somewhere else. Quit. Get off your daddy's nuts. Go somewhere else. Now, on the flip side of that, I've seen Tennessee's linebacker transferring to Jackson State. I've seen a female that's top 10 in basketball going to Jackson State. So, Deion's name is getting recruits. Let's see if they can spread like jelly across the black colleges.
There's going to be at least one ESPN game, so we'll see. We'll see what they look like.
I hope not. That shit's going to be trash. They're going to play a Division II team. I'm going to call it now. They're going to get beat 62-10.
Damn. All right, over to the NFL. Man, we're going to have to go quick because I got a lot of stuff to cover in the NFL. But I want to talk about the Chiefs and the Raiders because those are our boys. Your Chiefs had a tough one, which they should have dispatched Carolina quick, and it went down to the wire. The Raiders had a divisional game. It was also tough and went down to the wire, but both teams got it done. What was the positives and the negatives you saw out of each game?
Well, I mean, wasn't no positive because the Raiders won. Negative, the Raiders won. Far as the Chiefs, it's basically just like with when they lost to the Raiders. We done beat y'all 8 times. Let's focus on Buffalo. We didn't wake up till the end of the game. By the end, lost by a touchdown. The Carolina game, don't sleep on Carolina. They are solid. They're a good team. They probably one player away because, like Tony told me that yesterday, they had 8 draft picks this past draft. 7 was used on defense. So they're a young team that's getting better.
Okay, I don't want to hear Tony's name right now. And
I'm trying to make a point. So they got a young team. Come next season, they win that game. They don't take that L. They more than likely win it. And I think they need somebody behind McCaffrey. Because you see, we heard McCaffrey, he's day-to-day now with a shoulder injury.
Yeah.
Last time he got slammed, we let him know, get off the field. So they just need a legit backup to McCaffrey. And I still think they need a tight end. I didn't really see a tight end in that offense. They need a backup running back and a tight end that's solid. And then I think they just got to grow together, plain and simple. And so them being a young team and not having there's a lot of stuff, no mini camps and stuff or whatever. You see what you get. The Chiefs should have blew them out by at least 2 touchdowns. But again, you don't win 9 straight weeks, no bye week. Games that got shuffled around early, late. And what do you see? Bye weeks coming. So you looking past them because you think their record represents them, and you find out all said and done, their record don't represent them. So, that's just how it goes.
So let me ask you this about the NFL. Is Brady still a good fit for Tampa?
Brady is, the coach isn't.
Wow. Really?
You can't disrespect the Hall of Famer and possibly the greatest QB of all time the way he does in every press conference. You can't talk to him like he's some bum off the street. You can't talk about Brady as if he's
confusing me because you talked about the greatest of all time. I'm not talking about Joe Montana. I'm talking about Tom Brady.
We look. Let's focus. You can't talk about Brady like he's some bum off the street. You can't talk about him like he's motherfucking Rex Grossman. You know, you can't do that. You know, and he's hella disrespectful. Had I say, yeah, Mike Evans was open. We just didn't look at him. You wasn't out there, so that's saying Brady didn't look at him. You know, how about you say how you had your coordinator call plays for AB, and you probably told Brady AB is the target, get it to AB. Nothing more, nothing less. So it's one of the things to where Arian won't adjust his ego and his style to work with his back. And because of that, Tampa at some point the wheels are gonna fall off and they're gonna be dumpster fire. I don't think they're gonna get past 7 wins.
Whoa.
I expect the ceiling, the floor just fall from under them and they just tank.
Saying they're only gonna win one more game the rest of the way out?
No, they got 5 wins right now.
Oh, they got 5. I thought they had 6. Okay.
No, they lost yesterday. Remember, so they 5-3, I believe. I give them. I put like this. I give them 2 to 3 more wins, no higher than 8.
No, they're 6. They're 6-3.
Okay. Well, no higher than 8 wins. Then after that, the floor is gonna get pulled from under them, and they just go fall.
And the reason why I brought up their record and everything, I want to go over the NFC and the AFC. God forbid that COVID wrecks this for everybody, but if the season were to end today and they hadn't started the playoffs, in the NFC, the Saints are the number 1 seed. The Packers are the number 2 seed.
That makes sense.
The Bucs are in as a wild card at 6-3 because the Saints won that division. The Eagles are division winners at 3-4.
Yep.
The Seahawks win the West at 6-2, and the Cardinals and Rams are both wild card teams at 5-3. Now the Bears will be on the outside looking in because they are 5-4 right now, so they wouldn't get in.
Bears on the third to get in.
For all intent and purpose, to me, it looks like the NFC is pretty much wrapped up. I don't see, other than positions changing, I don't see any other teams getting into the playoffs in the NFC. I think this is how it's actually going to look.
Nah, because that trash-ass division, you don't ever know till it's over with. Yeah, the Eagles got 3 wins. The Cowboys go put something together. At some point, so it's like that's going to come down to a 6-7 victory division that's going to win it and get into the playoffs.
I was going to say that. I strongly believe 6 wins gets you the NFC East.
Yeah, so that's not done with. But, I mean, at the same time, it's the NFC. Who really cares, you know?
You're right. So now I'm going to go to the AFC, and this has got a lot more play in it. Obviously, the Steelers are 8-0. They're the number 1 ranked seed.
They should have 2 losses.
The Chiefs are 8-0.
Steelers should be 6-2.
Here's the thing, though. You know the Steelers are eventually going to lose a game. You know
they should have lost this past week. Punk-ass Cowboys.
So that's going to flip. Kansas City will probably be the number 1 seed. The Bills will win the East. The Titans will win the South. Now, you got 3 wild cards here. I'm just going to give you one, the Ravens. The Ravens at 6-2 will probably make the wild card. But those other 2 spots, because we have 7 teams this year, I'm going to give you 4 names. You tell me which of those 2 will be in the wild card. The Dolphins, the Raiders, the Colts, or the Browns.
Browns is going to miss out. Dolphins are going to get in, bear up the skin of the teeth, and the Raiders are going to be skin of the teeth.
Funny you should say that because if the season ended now, the Raiders are the number 6 seed and the Dolphins are the number 7 seed.
Yeah, Stephen A. said him and Max was split, but Stephen A. was like, Raiders are the best surprise team in the AFC, and Max said the Dolphins were. But he said you're getting what you expect out of the Chiefs. You're getting what you expect out of the Ravens. They was like, Pittsburgh, Ben's back, so it's not really a surprise. Although Max was like, the Chiefs doing what they doing, Mahomes, man, 25 TDs, 1 pick. You can't sleep on that. And he said he feel like Mahomes is front runner for the MVP now. But I agree with the Raiders of Miami have to be the 2 most shocking teams right now, just period. You gotta be the two most surprising teams.
Here's what they're looking like the rest of the way out. The Dolphins have the Chargers on Sunday. Then they got the Broncos the following week. Then the Jets, Bengals, the Chiefs, the Patriots, the Raiders, and the Bills.
It's crazy. The Dolphins might have to take a loss till they play us.
I think the Chargers will give them more than they can handle. Because the Chargers,
at some point, the Chargers are on the brink of their will being broken after that last loss.
That's true. It could go one way or the other.
Yeah.
And you know, the Bills, I hate the fact that that's the last game of the season. The Bills may not have anything to play for, so they may rest their starters.
And Josh Allen balled this past weekend. You got tired of hearing them critics tear his ass up.
The Raiders have the Broncos, the Chiefs, the Falcons, the Jets, the Colts, the Chargers again, the Dolphins, and then the Broncos to close it out.
Okay, y'all losing to us. I think y'all lose to us. And who was it after us at again?
After y'all is the Falcons, the Jets.
You lose to the Falcons.
I doubt that, but okay.
No, the Falcons are starting to turn it around.
Yeah,
if you look at their games, it's gonna come down to the mental, and the Falcons are a pissed team right now. They don't like all this attempt what's going on because like right now they're literally saying Matt Ryan's going to New England next year. You know, literally putting it out there that Matt Ryan is getting traded to New England as soon as the season's over. So they're playing with a chip on their shoulder right now.
Okay. This is the first I heard of that. I will say this about the Raiders' schedule. It is still looking like 11 wins. It's very possible. And I'm getting real thirsty.
So we got the Chiefs. We got Atlanta. Who else?
Jets.
That should be a win.
Chargers. Dolphins. Broncos.
See, that's where I see two losses in there. I just don't know who. I can see you losing to the Dolphins because of the quarterback. I can see us losing to the Dolphins because of that quarterback, because of how mobile he is. And you either go lose to the Chargers or the Broncos. One of those two you're going to take a loss to. So I see two more losses.
Here's how it plays out for the Colts. Titans, Packers, Texans, Titans, Raiders, Texans, Steelers, Jaguars.
They might go below 500 between those games.
That's what I'm thinking. Here's how it looks for the Browns. Texans, Eagles, Jaguars, Titans, Ravens, Giants, Jets, Steelers.
I only see them beating the Giants and the Jets. I can see them losing all the rest of those.
I see them beating the Steelers because that is the last game of the season.
Steelers go whoop their ass. It's still personal.
Steelers might rest their starters.
Nah, it's after that what happened last season, it's personal. Especially if it's in Pittsburgh.
Well, I'll appreciate that then because we may need that last game of the season to get in.
Yeah. That's one to where the Steelers are still pissed and they go whoop that ass.
Hey, you never know. Now we got to go to the sad part of the news. Our Picks League, man, we all took some major L's in the Picks League, and we dropped a little bit. Now, I'm amazed that we didn't drop as far as we did. Check it out. I dropped to 6th place, from 3rd to 6th.
So you took to where I was.
Yeah. But you only dropped one spot. You were in 7th.
Oh, okay. Still top 10.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing that's amazing. You have 87 total wins on the season. I have 88.
Yeah.
You know that the number one person has 89 wins?
Mm-hmm. It's a log jam.
Yeah, anything can happen. Anything can happen. I just hate the fact that whoever was in first place didn't log his picks, and he took that drop.
That's what that dumbass gets. I don't give a fuck. Same way I was doing mine at 3 in the morning, he should have been doing his shit.
Yeah. What's hurt me, though, is the fantasy league. congrats to you, by the way. You won your game.
Yeah, I whooped ass.
Yes. I took another L to Tony. That's why I didn't want to mention his name a few minutes ago.
Yeah, I talked to him yesterday. He told me to tell you, ha ha! That's what he told me to tell you.
I want to know how in the world I'm 9 points down. He has no players left. I got Gronk and Ronald Jones, and neither one of them scored one single point.
You know the worst part about it? He had Mahomes and Bridgewater. So he was gonna get big points from his QB. You had him till Mahomes, threw 4 touchdowns and 370 plus and did his thing. And so this one should piss you off. So whoever plays him this week, Mahomes on bye week.
I know. It hurts. But it's just.
And he's now number 1 overall.
Yes, I saw that too. It's like, he was picking up the bottom of the barrel just a few weeks ago. And all of a sudden,
I will say, though, the caveat in all of this, we're both 3 and 6. The 6th seed is only 4-4-1.
I know. So anything can still happen.
Yeah. So still, we got till week 13. We still got plenty of time.
But it's amazing how we were like thinking, oh, he's gonna be 10 for life when he had that tie, and he just started ripping off some wins.
And his team started playing.
Okay, so, man, I'm not a big Drake fan, but I want to talk about something that he said in the news.
Okay.
Because he got the album coming out, Certified Lover.
Yeah.
And he said that people will hate on Certified Lover like they did on Views. Here's my thing about that. People that hated on Drake in the first place are going to hate on him no matter what. I don't think he's as talented as people make him out to be in the first place. But I'm old school. I'm not saying he's not talented. I'm not saying that he's not. I'm just saying that you are what you are. And his fan base, they gonna love it no matter what.
Here's what I have to disagree with.
You're more in touch with that, so you tell me.
Here's what I got to disagree with you being a musical person. You're from the era of you do one thing only. If you're a rapper, you rap. You DJ, you DJ. You don't cross with each other. If you sing, you sing. If you write, you write. If you produce, you produce. There's no line crossing in your era of music, right or wrong.
That
you
is
do that one thing only. So when you drop someone like Drake in there who can write, rap, sing, produce, and probably fucking DJ, that blows up the whole stratosphere of what you know. And you like, nah, I'm good on that. Fuck that. Because you see, no one's been allowed to do it. When we know people like, R. Kelly, who does it very well, but he knows stick to his bread and butter. Missy can do both, but she primarily stayed hip hop and would produce a lot of R&B. We've known some that could do both, but we've never allowed them. And by Drake being from Canada, I guess we didn't have control over him per se. He came in through the mixtape world and showing he could do both. Only reason why he made that statement, because Views still sold over 1 million copies or whatever. It still did good sales-wise in today's world of streaming. He didn't want people to go back, re-listen to Views, and get that money up for him some more. That's all he's trying to do. And then the thing is, you'll be in that Drake mindset. You'll be like, oh, man, I need to get this Certified Lover to keep the vibe going. So it's just typical marketing. They do it all the time. Because you always hear, man, I know I said that last album was my best album, and I felt that it was, so I got in the studio with this album, and I worked with this, and this producer, and we enhanced what we did last time. So it's just, everybody's in the business to sell. It's all about who's buying, though. So like, anybody want to sell, who want to buy is the question.
All right, now, since I'm on the subject of entertainers, I know a couple weeks ago we talked about our top 3 in the NFL at different positions, and I promised that we would do a top 3 elsewhere in the entertainment world. So I asked you this morning to give me your thoughts on your top 3 movies, music groups, solo artists, and TV shows. Which one do you want to start with?
It don't matter. Whichever one you want to go with.
Let's go with musical groups then.
Okay. So we talking R&B or rap?
Anything, because my top three spans everything.
Okay.
Rock,
well,
rap,
I got
pop.
for me. I gotta separate the two. My top four R&B always gonna be the Isley Brothers. They're always number one. There's no one better than the Isleys.
I like that pick.
Number two. That's a good one. I think number two is the Elements. You know, Earth, Wind, and Fire. Gotta give it to them. And number three, I mean, you can't go wrong. You seen the docuseries on BET? You can't go wrong with New Edition. So that's the
funny you mentioned New Edition. I'm gonna get to them. I'm gonna get to them later. But yeah, my top three in my groups, you know, I'm more of a diverse person. Mm-hmm. So I've got a rock group on there. Perhaps you've heard of Led Zeppelin. If you haven't, you need to get on that. You're a DJ. You should know these things.
Yeah, I've heard of them, but ain't nobody requesting that. But keep going.
Well, you ain't went to enough parties.
That shit works for me.
I grew up in the era of the Police. That's my number two. Mm-hmm. But my all-time fave, Cameo. I was down with the funk from day one. And when you mention the Isleys and Earth, Wind, and Fire, they all in that. They all in there with me. But
Cameo wasn't bad. They didn't have enough hits for me. Cameo was cool. They had a handful. You know, they kind of like that bowl of candy. Your grandma like grab it, and you get that. You get the claw hand to get out what you can. That's Cameo. You know, it's cool. They probably, they like B level.
They had 3 number ones alone on the Word Up album.
Like I said, that's cool. You know, Cameo is like that minor league squad. You know, you need a relief, you call them. You know, so it's cool. You know.
Okay.
I give you props on that. What? So let me. I'll just throw this bonus as far as rap groups. Outkast always gonna be number one. There's no one in the stratosphere that can touch them. 2 is gonna be NWA. You know, because wasn't for them, we wouldn't have West Coast hip hop to begin with. And third, group wise for me, which this is kind of a toss up because really, there's so many different ways I could go with it, you know. But I'll actually I won't even do a 3 because the third really don't matter because everybody, you know, kind of come. It wasn't NWA when nobody else exists. That's how I look at it. You know, Outkast just took it and ran with it so far to where you just like, man, you know, we thirsting for more, but at the same time, it's like we don't want nothing else, you know. And like I said, then you know, NWA, what for them we wouldn't have West Coast. You could easily say EPMD, Rakim. You could easily say MJG and 8 Ball, UGK, you know, Ghetto Boys, or you can go back to the East Coast and you can say with Eric Sermon, him and I forget old boy, whatever. You can say them.
Close, but you missing that one person, that one group.
You can say Houdini. You know, there's so many different Digital Underground. There's so many different groups you could go with that 3. Tribe Called Quest. There's so many different ways you can go with it. But you know, you can use Mobb Deep, Wu-Tang. There's so many different ways to go.
I like what you did with NWA, but if I went with that same basis, I'm gonna say Run DMC because they pretty much mainstream hip hop.
I guess I could put them at number 3. I guess they did start the East Coast wave, so I guess Run DMC at 3.
I will not argue Outkast because we on point there, but I would also put Public Enemy in there because always had a message and it was always a good beat.
They get an honorable mention out of me at best. You know, I couldn't.
You can't say PMD and all them if you're not gonna say Public Enemy.
Yeah, they had another group, but I wouldn't put them as the upper echelon. You know, it was just. You know, because you got a nigga and a crackhead on stage don't mean you great. You got a nigga and a crackhead, you got them other niggas. You know, that's all right.
Yes.
I'm glad they employed a crackhead, but at the same time, that nigga was out of hand. They'd have kept him together, we would have never had Flavor of Love or I Love New York.
Wow.
Yeah, I went there.
Give me your top three solo artists.
Solo. R&B wise, always gonna be Kels number one. Kels is always number one.
All right.
I don't give a damn about his life outside of the studio. I don't care what. Hey, it ain't my daughters. Grow the fuck up. Kels what he's done is just no one can touch what he's done. Put him at one. Number two. You know, and this number two, I put Usher. Usher had a nice long career, done his thing. The third one, this one may surprise you. It's actually I got a tie at three because both of them when they had their runs, they was like Michael Johnson with the baton running that anchor leg neck and neck. Genuine and Joe. I really can't pick between the two because I can put it in all their CDs and just sit back and vibe to it.
I like where your head's at on all them. I would give the edge to Joe on that. Again, my list is much more diverse. You know I got Sade in there.
Yeah, I know you got her. I know.
There's no list because you talk about runs, every single song on every single album. I don't skip any of her tracks ever.
That's because that's sad. You gotta skip something.
I'm old school. That's that good baby making music too.
Not all of them songs is good.
I also went with Seal. I primarily like most of his earlier work, a lot of dance tracks, things like that. I think as he got older, he started doing more R&B and more crooner stuff, but I still like I like what he has to say and I like his voice. And this one will surprise you. I like Sting. If you listen to his stuff, he's got a lot of flavors. He can do jazz. He can do something with a little bit of R&B flavor. He primarily started jazz when he was younger. Obviously pop, and he does a lot of tech and world beat stuff. And he's got one of those distinctive voices that he can't be copied. He can't be duplicated at all. And that's why I got them, all three of them really, in my top three. None of them can be duplicated. And it's a lot of the carbon copies of different things out there today. Now, let's talk about TV shows.
All right.
And when I say TV shows, I don't know if you're going to pick any that's currently still on, but I went with three TV shows that have had their entire run. They're off the air now. So,
does it matter if they're comedy, drama, or just TV shows?
Anything you can mix and match. You know, just three TV shows that you would recommend to everybody that you always love. If you see it on TV, you're gonna stop changing channels and watch an episode.
Okay, so this first one, you gonna get on me about this. The first one, I don't care when it comes on, I just watch it. And everybody in my age demographic probably is the same way, but they won't admit it. Saved by the Bell, out the gate. Whenever that comes on, I'm stuck. I'm watching.
Bro, I won't knock you for that because that was a funny ass show.
So got the original Saved by the Bell. After that, SVU. SVU come on, you stuck. That come on USA. You watch that, and next thing you know, it's 1 o'clock. You look up, it's 6 o'clock. So we got Saved by the Bell, we got SVU. And the third one, just current to, no, I'm gonna go another old. It's not old, but it's old. Everybody Hate Chris. I watch that with whatever channel it's on.
Okay. I like you three. My three, and they're not in any particular order. I don't know if you heard of it, Justified, with Timothy Olyphant.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Not DEA agent. He was a U.S. deputy U.S. Marshal. I love that show because from beginning to end, I think it lasted 8 seasons. The story arc never got stale, and when it concluded, it went out on top. And I really loved the way that show went out, how it started, how it finished. I love Hawaii Five-0, the 2010 version, not the one from the 60s. I'm not.
First off, you saying the wrong name. Puerto Rican, Magnum Puerto Rican. Not Puerto Rican Magnum.
Not Magnum PI. Hawaii Five-0.
My bad. Puerto Rican Magnum. I'm sorry. Did you watch that this past Friday? I forgot to watch.
It was a rerun.
It was? Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe it starts this
episodes.
It probably starts this week.
Yeah.
Either this week or next week, 1 to 2.
And my number 1, Battlestar Galactica. Also the newer version, not the old version.
I've never seen the newer version.
Bro, it started in 2004. It only went 4 seasons, but that show was fire. That show was fire. Man, next time I'm in KC, I might have to drop off my DVDs and let you just have a fest.
Okay.
Just so that you can watch it. It's one of them shows, once you start it, you're going to be like, damn, and you're not going to stop. And that's my TV shows. What you got for movies?
Movies? See, this is where I'm ignorant. When I first got my DVD player, first 2 movies I bought was House Party 1 and 2. I got clowned so hard for that, but that was my shit. Movie wise, see, this is where I'm because I'm not really a big movie person like I used to be. So I have to go off with, like, if I see something on, I'll watch it. The Jamie Foxx movie with where he was the public DA or whatever, where old boy was blowing shit up all the time.
God, I know what you're talking about, but I forgot the name of it.
Yeah, where dude kept sneaking out of jail and everything. I put that movie in my 3. That was a dope ass movie. Number 2. This was, I was thinking about this earlier. It was hard because I'm not a big movie person anymore. I got a hell of movies, but at some point I just stopped buying and watching movies. I just kind of like, if I see it, all these damn superhero ass movies. It kind of just your brain is kind of just washed. Okay, I got one. Art of War. That was a dope movie. Yeah. That was a dope movie.
I like that.
And sticking in that lane of well-written movies, The Italian Job.
That was a good-ass movie, too.
Yeah. So those 3.
Okay.
And House Party 1 just for honorable mention. Just good.
My 3, because I'm the movie guy, so movies are dear to me. I got 1,000 movies, but
yeah, which is ridiculous.
I have 3 etched in my brain because that's what motivates me to write and direct and all that. The first one was Miami Vice, not the TV series, the movie with Colin Farrell and Jamie Foxx.
That trash ass movie.
A lot of people don't like that movie, but I see the vision in it. I see what they were going for.
Man, they made that shit so unnecessarily dark.
But that's undercover life. It's not humorous. It's not wearing.
Man, wasn't nobody no Lambo, wasn't no pastel colors, wasn't no bitches.
What Miami's like nowadays.
You know what I'm saying? Wasn't no bitches out there or nothing.
Man,
I was disappointed.
Number 2, Do the Right Thing. That movie right there, that made me say, hey, I can make movies. A black man is making blockbusters. I can do this. I love Spike Lee's movies, and Do the Right Thing is my number 1 Spike Lee movie. And my number 1 movie of all time is Star Wars, the original one, because that's the one that told me not only can I make movies, but I can make shit how I want to and be as creative as I want to.
Yeah, so you have an imagination.
Yeah, exactly. So those are my 3 right there. Now, before we close out on the movie thing, you brought up Wesley Snipes when you said The Art of War. And you told me today that they are in talks for Demolition Man 2.
Yeah, so for what I read in the article, I think I sent the article to you, basically what's gonna happen is a lot of sequels are getting greenlit. Stallone tried to get Cliffhanger and Tango and Cash greenlit, but those fell to the wayside. Which Tango and Cash was a good movie. On the other, people hate on Tango and Cash, but it didn't need to be a sequel. Cliffhanger 2, you can only hang off the cliff for so long, bro. It didn't need to be a sequel to that either. So he ended up getting Demolition Man greenlit. And so what's going to happen is, right now the rough storyline is, I guess he's still a cop or he may have retired or something or whatever, and someone brings back Wesley Snipes. Well, remember, Wesley got destroyed at the end. So some mad scientist type ass dude is going to do a clone of Wesley, I guess, off his DNA or whatever. And I guess lose control, and he's running amok. And the only person that can stop him is Sylvester Stallone. So it's going to be along those lines. But, you know, between now, script, production, it could change 50 million more times. That's the rough right there. And also there's going to be an Extraction too from, I guess, this company does is they movies or whatever. And this I'm not too thrilled about because I like the first and second. Now You See Me 3. I like the first one. I like the second one. I don't think we need a third one. Wow. If I'm a magician, I'm pissed that they doing the third one.
I've never seen the first two.
You never seen that?
No.
Hey, if anything, see the first one. Well written. The second one was, I say about 85% of it was good. About 15 was a little too gimmicky. But the first one, start to finish, you should love it. I'm mad I didn't go see it in the theaters. It was so dope.
I asked you one more question before we start to close it up because I wanted to get your take on this. When you mentioned New Edition earlier, the question I asked you when we were talking about show notes earlier today, name me an artist that you absolutely hated first, an artist or a song. It can be an artist in general or a song that you hate, and then you came to really love. And for me, that was New Edition. You know, when they came out with Candy Girl and Cool It Now, I couldn't stand them. But as they got older, especially when the Heartbreak album came out, I was like, you know what? That's nice right there. And, you know, I came to love and appreciate New Edition. But at first, I couldn't stand them.
For me, I'll take it in the land of hip-hop. I didn't, because everybody swears the greatest album ever. He swears this is his greatest work ever. I've never been a fan of Jay-Z's Reasonable Doubt. Where everybody said it was great, I said that shit was trash. Only one good song on there was Dead Presidents. Outside of that, I would piss on it and put it in the trash.
Damn.
I say about last year before, I went back and re-listened to it, and now I feel like it's okay. So I won't piss on it. I won't throw it away, but I'll at least be like, all right, this is cool. Now, a motherfucker I still don't like, still don't care for Biggie. He's still trash to me. He give you party records, and that's it. Beyonce, she give you party records, and that's it. Both of them motherfuckers is trash to me. And I'll probably stay like that to the day I die.
Okay, then. All right, so before we close it out, let everybody know where we can find Kevin, you know, because we've already said if they need to, you know, talk to us, you know, email us at the twodudespodcast@yahoo.com. Hey, if you want to ask a question, make a statement, or if you want to get on the show, drop us an email. But I know you got something else going on, too, that you might want to tell everybody.
Okay. Also, you guys can find me doing primarily music and sports at KC2Queens.com. Well, KC the Queens podcast, .com. With me and my homie Joe, the podcast me and him put together. We debuted last week. A little technical difficulty, but we finally got it out. So now we're recording again. Our second episode tomorrow. It'll be out on Thursday. And basically it's just two brothers in their 40s talking about what they think about music, sports, and whatever else we feel is important. This week we'll discuss a little bit more in detail about the Deion Sanders' son. We'll discuss now I ask you this, Richard, a question you can think on it. My daughter is about to play high school soccer. I recently found out that whoever tries out makes the team regardless. How does that benefit a child? So we'll talk about stuff like that. Then we're going to talk about GOATs and different genres or whatever. And we'll have our drink of the evening before our recording and just kind of go back and forth and just talk about different things. But to my question, how do you feel about that?
That is exactly the same as having a participation trophy. And I'm going to leave it there.
I agree, because my thing is, and I'll just give you a little snippet of my mind. How can I say this nicely? How the fuck am I going to know how good my child is if you just opening up the fucking door? Come on in, sit down, you on the team. How does that benefit a parent if they need to put more? Because you already got one that's damn near grown, look like he could rob people. You know, my bad, he's black, I shouldn't say that. Looking like he could help carry groceries in a nice manner. But you got another one coming up. And the thing is, how am I going to know if I need to invest more money if you're just putting them on the team? This world is so soft. I feel like we walk around in Charmin and just don't even realize it.
All you can do is just tell them to do the best that they can do. And I do let my boys know up front, I don't believe in participation awards. Yeah, you get them, that's cool. But, don't just show up. Show out. And that's all you can tell your girls.
Okay. So speaking of show out, I know we got to end this. I'm going to do this real quick. I said this to Tim. I'm going to say it to you. You're wasting time right now doing this podcast with me. There's something more important you should be doing. You're probably saying, what more important should I be doing? You have a son that Darian is what, 8 now, 10, 35? How old is
he? 10.
Just turned 10. He's a mixed child, right?
Yes.
You need to be out there throwing the football with him, same way I told Tim to throw the football with his son. Mixed kids are winning in the NFL right now. We got 2 mixed kids that got over $100 million in guaranteed money. Take y'all asses outside with your sons and get the game up. Because no telling how much money we get. I mean, they could make, not we, they. I might get something on the back end. But no telling how much money they could make later on down the line being quarterback. You motherfuckers are wasting y'all time doing other things when you got a gold nugget sitting on your couch drinking a Yoo-Hoo. Go outside, play football with your sons. Get them out there because, we got Russell Wilson got another 180-something mil guaranteed. And Patrick got 145 just for an injury. Y'all wasting these mixed kids' blood. Y'all wasting them genes. Get them out there playing football so we all can be rich, drinking Yoo-Hoo, eating a steak, a porterhouse on a private jet, flying to wherever the hell he want to go because he running shit. So think about this weekend. Look at him and be like, is he a quarterback or is he a receiver or is he a running back? Because those are the ones going to get money. Well, not running back because they get a nigga 3 years and they kick him out. Those 3 are going to get money or maybe a cornerback. Figure it out. Make it happen so we all can be smoking cigars and eating a porterhouse on a private plane, flying wherever he want to go because he going to be the shit. Remember, people, if you got a biracial child, get them on the football field now if you want to live good later. Because there ain't going to be no Social Security. So Social Security is a mixed child. Your mixed child is Social Security. There ain't going to be no benefits if get your mixed child out there. Get them out there throwing the football so we all can live nice and comfortable. And on that note, I'm going to end it right there.
All right, folks. We are going to call it a day, but we can't wait to get back with y'all next week. Once again, I'm Rick. That's Kevin. As I always say, stay positive, stay blessed. Kevin, take us on home.
All right. Everybody have a good one. It's a gloomy Tuesday for me. It's raining and all that other horrible stuff. Hopefully it's better your way. I would do my KC thing, but the way they played this past week, they're not worthy of that.
They're not.
To the Panthers. But, just don't do like that tight end did for the Chargers and drop the ball the rest of the week, giving the Raiders a punk-ass win. But holler at your boy, don't yell.
Later, everybody.